Hey, virgins, good morning. Can everybody hear me? If you are new here, welcome. I am Sunshine, and this is Sunshine Tarot, and I am going to do a taroscope or a tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, whatever, child. Or you may not have Virgo in your chart at all, but the reading resonates. Sometimes that happens too. Like something could have just brought you here. All right. So I just like to ask the Spirit of God to help us. Let me know if you can hear me. Can everybody hear me good? We can get going. Hey, good morning. So y'all can hear me. All right. You can hear me good. Good. All right, Virgos, let's get going. So, this is not going to resonate with every Virgo out there, okay? But you should try your moon sign and your rising sign just to get a comprehensive understanding of what I'm seeing here, okay? All right. So Virgos, so what we're going to look at is the overall energy. We're going to look at the recent past, the present, which you the challenge, which you don't see coming, and the answer. Yes. And then we're going to take a look at some advice. Okay. But if you're new here, I like to bullshit a lot. So we might be here for a long time bullshitting. And if you're new, you might get kind of frustrated because you're going to be ready to hear the fucking reading, and I'm over here bullshitting. Okay. And so I get it. But these people have been with me for a long time, child. So they just used to me. Okay. So, I feel in this overall energy here, we have a card that is the Queen of Wands, which could also be a man. It's a fire sign generally. When you see the wands, it's fire, but not necessarily. You could be dealing with what sign are you guys dealing with? Oh, you're so funny. All right. So some of you could be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay. Whatever the case is, you really love this person a lot. Libra. Okay. You care a lot, very deeply. You could be married to this person, engaged. You guys could be in a relationship, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a fire sign, because my mom got the King of Cups when I saw marriage for her, and her husband is a Leo with no water in his chart at all. So it doesn't really matter. Okay. But yeah, whatever the case is, you're cross watcher. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, hypothetically, that you really care a lot about, or anybody really, if you're single, right? But there's somebody who, when the Queen of Wands shows up, somebody means business about this person. They care about how you think. Or Virgo, this could be somebody who's, you care how they feel. You care what they think. You care if their clothes are washed. You care what they ate. This is someone you care about. Usually this is a fiery kind of person. They have a lot of passion. And they can be a little self-centered. I'm sorry, but they can be a little self-centered. I mean, they have a lot of positive and uplifting energy. And the good news about this person, whoever it is that you really care about, they are willing to be by your side and stand up for you, or you are willing to be by their side and stand up for them. And you're not willing to do that for everybody. Now, some of you are trying to accomplish a significant amount of achievement in a small amount of time. Like maybe you're a makeup artist and you have 14 clients this weekend, right? Also, if you're looking for a job, you're single, you're just looking for some new work, the appearance of this card can mean that some woman is going to play a major role in your career move. Like if you are in healthcare, you might start taking care. You might be in healthcare and find somebody who you have to start taking care of, and then you're going to get money from her. Or it could literally mean that you're going to be getting a job soon. All right. But if you are in a connection, in a relationship, or you are dating out there, I see there is someone who, whether they're in your life or not, you care very deeply for this person, or vice versa. Mine, Sophia, she's a Gemini. All right. Oh, really, Tiana? Okay, that's great. Yeah, the Queen of Wands that's really on your heart too. Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. We're all on the same page so far. Now, the recent past is the Four of Swords romantically for some of you. Not everybody. There's probably reads for subscribers or regular viewers. I don't know who it reads for, but for somebody, you could have broken up with someone, or there could have been some type of separation. Like you could have moved out, you could have broken up with a fire sign, possibly. You could have just taken a break from someone. There were some issues in the relationship which no longer seem bearable for you in the recent past. Either this is how you were feeling, and this doesn't have to necessarily mean sexually. Okay, this, you could be talking about a sister, you could be talking about a brother, a aunt, and you just couldn't stay at that job anymore because it just wasn't bearable. But we are trying to get into a relationship, or we're talking about relationships here. But yeah, there was something that you just could, it just wasn't bearable. And maybe you thought that maybe we just need like a little temporary break from each other. Okay. And that's just as simple as that. Nothing else, nothing more. Just a temporary break. For others of you, this could represent, I'm trying to read for 10,000 different people. So don't get scared if I say something, right? And it's like, oh my God, I hope he doesn't feel that way. He may not feel that way at all. I could be completely on another group of people. Okay. Okay. So, um, sometimes the Four of Swords for me as a reader, as when I get this in a relationship reading, it means that someone has gotten real detached in in an abusive relationship, or they really detached from someone because of things that they found to be unbearable. But they may not have even communicated it though. And that's what's fucked up, because you didn't even give the person a chance to fight. But I do feel like someone could have really detached from someone, and maybe didn't even really tell them. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, see, there she is doing a slow fade out. That's exactly what someone is doing. Either you are doing this, they are doing this, your cousin is doing it with you, your mama's doing it with you. I don't know, child. You could, I don't know. But somebody is kind of like exactly what she just said, doing a smooth, a quiet fade out. It's like the lover can scream and yell as much as she wants, but instead of hearing it all, this person who's doing this fade out is kind of like just staying busy with his own things, with her own things. Your person may not even be argue with you no more. That's how detached they've become. And you don't even argue. How many of you don't even argue anymore? Like that's kind of like where it is. You ain't even arguing. It's like, you know what? I am so detached that I no. But yeah, some of you are not even arguing with this person, and they might hear you, or they might say things like, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't give a fuck. Okay. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, you know? So, it's just that the funniest thing about this is that instead of the person like breaking away from the person, they just play dead in the relationship. So you could have been doing this in the recent past and your partner didn't know just how dead you have been in this relationship, or this is how your person is acting. It's like somebody, they could still be there, but they're just really not there. See? She was like, there's no point in arguing, doing the back and forth stuff. Yeah. Me and my sister, she is a hypocrite, so I don't argue no more. I just say my piece and tell her to fuck off. See? It's right there. It's right there, right in front of you. A lot of people look at the chat too. I didn't know that until I started doing private readings and they were telling me stuff that was in the chat. But now also this card could represent though that it's a good well, it could represent that you just went through a breakup of some kind, like I said earlier, but it could be anything though. It could be a job, it could be a dog even that meant a lot to you. It could be a sister, a brother, a friend, a personal relationship, but this is a relationship reading, but you can have important relationships with a lot of people. Like cancers, their family relationships are much more important in some cases than their lover. Some cases, yeah. So anyway, um, yeah, some of you could have literally gone through a breakup, and it caused at one time a lot of suffering. Somebody could have just broke it off with you, and this caused a lot of suffering, though. And I don't know, it was because, yeah, maybe because maybe it was your mom, whoever this was, yet you could have had a falling out with someone. Did anybody have a falling out with someone? MLH in Texas. Thank you for the $10. Appreciate that. Oh, he blocked you. I see. Okay. I'm sorry, honey. So, others of you could have had a falling out, but, I feel like you're going to be figuring out how you can be happy or do it different in your next relationship, or this is how the cross watcher is feeling. All right. So now love and romance really doesn't have too much to do with this card. So like this card could represent that you mentally broke away from someone who may still be emotionally attached to you, and you broke away because you found that there were things in the relationship that were unbearable for you, but I don't know if you told them about it, because I see somebody over here very hurt and confused as to why you have changed or why you broke it off. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to a whole bunch of you. So help a sister out, okay? Right. Hello. So, if you didn't tell, then the person is I mean, I don't want to make you feel bad, but they're kind of they're you hurt their feelings, your inability to communicate or your ability to show up and say, "Hey, this is the issue." You know, I feel like you were trying to hurt them by being silent. because see, this person is over here still thinking that everything was okay. Or, I don't know who I'm talking to. I might have gotten off yours. I might be right on your story. I'm not sure. I'm just telling you, somebody looks very devastated. And it seems like they were doing things that were unbearable, and either they didn't tell you until it was too late and they fell out of love because um yeah, okay. Yeah. So you might have stopped really giving a lot of attention mentally to a person, place, or thing because it kind of, for you, Virgo, or for the cross watcher, there were unbearable things. You didn't communicate it, and you distanced yourself, but you think that they should know, but I think that the things were so unbearable that it was kind of even hard to talk about, maybe. But whatever the case is, like I said, they feel very devastated at not getting a chance to step up. Okay, great. Well, the if it is your story, super chat is open. So, the present is now it might be talking to another group. All right. It may still be your story, or it may not have happened. I never know what the tarot is going to do. Okay. So, that separation could have been your children too. I know a Virgo who just got her children taken from her. Okay. And it was devastating. It was devastating. Um, So there was some type of separation. Like you guys could sleep in separate bedrooms. You could live in the same house. Maybe you had them on the couch for a week or something. It could mean something as simple as that, or. So the present is the Knight of Swords. Um, this could be an ex. This could be someone who has mental issues too. But I feel like somebody is very angry. I don't know if you're angry, if you like abruptly left someone's life, for instance, you broke it off and you didn't really communicate and they're devastated, they could also be angry, or this could be you being angry, or this could represent like lovers might find themselves in a battle where they both want to prove to each other that their viewpoints are right, and it's kind of toxic, right? um This is saying that somebody, you may not be interested in someone anymore who you used to be interested in because there was something that they did that was just not bearable. And you are sorry if it causes them pain, but there's just something, I don't know, something just turned you off. Somebody got turned off. Is there anybody in here that got turned off? We had a blow up and she told me something dangerous and then flipped it on me for trying to help. Oh, okay. The silent treatment has been happening. That this could be a silent treatment. I never thought about it as a silent treatment. But this person, if you're seeing this person, especially if you're dealing with a Gemini, they move on real fast, right? Usually Geminis, they have so many options because of how adorable they are that they kind of just deal with whoever is in front of them. Most of the time, they don't go look. It's like they're going to this place and they're not looking over here and over there. So it could be like you could be dealing with somebody who maybe you needed more time and attention. You needed more convincing, and they just moved on, or maybe you did. Again, I may not be telling your story anymore. I might be on someone else's, but the Knight of Swords could sometimes represents like really fast energy. Um, so if this person has tried giving you attention, then they do have romantic thoughts about you, but um, this person might be done thinking about you. Like maybe they tried, you didn't respond, and they just are not one that's going to chase. I don't know. I could be off right now. I'm just trying to give different scenarios. Um, this person seems a little confident in themselves, like they just know that they can get somebody else. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but this person feels like, well, and this could be you. If you don't work out, I'll just go get somebody else. And they've always had women drawn to them or men drawn to them. Okay, there you go. There you go. So this is you, Virgo, or this is your person. And somebody has always had people drawn to them. And it could be because of their magnetism, their personality. But I can't quite get who this is or what's going on, but it's some type of funky energy. You know what I'm saying? So this person is like, well, if you don't want to step up, I'll just go be with somebody else. Or that's how they make you feel. Or that could be something that they said to you. This could be a vibe that you get from them. And for others of you, there's somebody who's just done with admiring your fine qualities, and now they're on the verge of chasing someone new. And this could be you. Like you could just be done with thinking that somebody was all that and you wanted to get to know them. Maybe they weren't responsive, and so you're like, well, fuck it. Somebody is just kind of like living in the moment, and they only deal with people who are kind of like in front of them. All right, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Good morning. um others For others of you, somebody could have gotten like there was something that they found unbearable, and it could be that the other person complained a lot, right? Because see, the swords are just talk, like the person constantly had drama about what's wrong and was very critical. I had a critical grandmother who was a Virgo Libra. She was born on the 24th, was it 23rd? 22nd, 22nd. I think that's a Virgo Libra, right? And she was very critical uh, with us, particularly me growing up. And when I became an adult, I didn't have too much to do with her, you know. Uh, and when she fell ill, I never went to the hospital to see her. And when she got into critical condition, I did not go see her. And oh, she's 22 is a Libra? Are you sure? Let me see. 21st. Was Mama born on the 21st? Okay, 21st. She's a Virgo general. Somebody like the criticism was just too, okay. Really? Somebody could have felt like the words, the fighting, something was just too much. It looked like somebody was spying on the relationship, looking at what was wrong and communicating the negative to the other person over and over again. Now, we know that's not the group that we just talked about, because the group we just talked about was not communicating. Right? But somebody was telling, their partner like a lot of negative stuff about the relationship. Maybe, you don't take me out enough, you don't make enough money, you're this is not right, that's not right. And it looks like somebody fell out of love because of someone's constant complaining. Okay. They felt like they felt beat down and criticized, because it's like every time somebody opened up their mouth, it was something that was wrong. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Every time they opened up their mouth, it was like something was wrong. And so they went from being in love to just liking the person because they felt like the person was too negative. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Can everybody else hear me? Was it just that one girl who's having her own issues? Okay. All right. So, is there any Virgo on the chat who feels like you might complain a little bit too much to your partners? Or is there a non-Virgo here on the chat who feels like maybe you look at the negative a little bit more than you look at the positive, and you might voice more of the negative than the positive? Is there anybody that relates to? Child. Yeah. Yeah. It feels so good when your partner says the good things that you are doing right, you know? And to be honest, we're 26 minutes in, there's just 95 of you. Uh, Oh, is it self? It's funny that you say that, Ms. Down South, because that's exactly what I felt. I was with someone I've dated two people with Virgo risings. I was with someone who had a Virgo rising, and he constantly told me what I was doing wrong. And so I will admit that I had some unresolved childhood issues around criticism, so I don't know if the average person would respond like I did, but uh, I began to think that he didn't love me. Like this lady said, I was trying to sabotage the relationship. So I felt like, well, maybe he's in his way continuously telling me what's wrong with the relationship because he's trying to push me away. Right. And so it worked. And I got my own place. And he was stunned. He was actually stunned that somebody didn't want to be in a relationship with someone who constantly complained and told them what was wrong all the time. And I said, no, he's lying. I'm like, you can't be that stupid. Do you really think that somebody wants to be around someone who's criticizing them and constantly talking about what's wrong? No, what it did was it made me not want him to touch me. You're not going to criticize me and then I want to lay down with you. No, that's an awful feeling. And so I hated being criticized so much by that Virgo rising that I wanted nothing to do with him ever again, ever again. He was like, "You don't even want to be my friend?" And I'm like, I personally, because of my childhood issues and because my love language is words of affirmation. So if you guys meet someone and their love language is words of affirmation, and you are telling them like, what's wrong in a relationship, that could feel like, you're beating them down, I guess. I can't really speak for other people because I don't know what it's like to not have issues in that area. But I know that for me, it is, I just need for it to happen once. And I feel like that person is not my spouse because, you want to please your mate more than anybody else. I mean, people at work, at your job, or on YouTube, they could say all kind of beautiful, wonderful things about you. But if your mate isn't praising you, who gives a fuck what everybody else says? That's who uh, you want to hear the praise from. And with all due respect, Virgos, I ain't never heard a Virgo woman praise another woman who was accessible. Now, I'm not saying that you can't. I know all of you are going to be like, oh, I praise women all the time. Okay, but I'm saying I don't know you. But the Virgo women that I know, they don't give props to no other woman. Child. You might be different, child. You might be different, but and another thing too is I have of the Virgo women that I know, I've never been praised by one of them. Like I had a Virgo who used to do my makeup, and I had accomplished a lot, and she could see, and never said, "I'm so proud of you," or "Girl, you are doing the damn thing," or it was always about her, and it felt really empty because and then also I never felt like she maybe she just didn't trust me enough to get vulnerable, but she was never like I never saw a soft side, so I guess she wasn't interested in a friendship with me because maybe she would have showed that side, child. I don't know, but I went ahead and got a Leo makeup artist after the Virgo, and we rocked. We rocked hard with each other, ended up being friends, and we still talk. So I don't know. But anyway, Virgos, I don't know if you never praised your partner or if some of you kind of, because see, this looks okay, like this is a spy, right? And it looks like they're spying on the relationship. And then, like, the Page of Swords means bad news. And so I don't know if you were like not happy. See, I assumed that the Virgo wasn't happy with me because of what that girl just said. She was secretly trying to sabotage. Like I said, nobody can be dumb enough. I mean, don't everybody know that human beings need to be told sweet, loving, praiseworthy things? Doesn't everybody know that? Right? Especially children, you know. And so just to be told, and so because I know that, I go out of my way to praise my fiance. I praise him a lot. Right? I praise him for cutting the grass. I praise him for bringing money home. I praise him for being here every night. I praise him for talking to me, right? I praise him a lot because I notice that if I say something sweet to him and he can't hear me, he'll say, "Huh? Huh?" And then he'll come upstairs or come closer so he can hear the whole praise. And yeah, anyway, I segued, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, y'all know I love y'all. Oh, you're talking about my grandmother. I stopped talking about her a long time ago. Oh yeah. Oh, you do give props. Okay. All right. So, but anyway, and yeah, I have a Leo, Aries client, and her Virgo had proposed to her and gave her a ring and was talking about the wedding the night before. And the next day, she broke it off, said she found someone new, and she don't want nothing to do with my Aries client anymore. And when the Aries client went down there to try and fight for her fiance, the girl called the police on her. The Aries don't have a clue what she did wrong. She don't have a clue. So, but you know, I'm guilty of that. I've left people and didn't tell them why. The Virgo rising said you didn't say nothing about how this affects you. He said if I would have known that you took constructive criticism that bad to a wounded place, you would have given me a chance to change, but you didn't even give me a chance to fight. And he was right. He was right. I just didn't know how to communicate when things really hurt. I just knew that I didn't want to be with a man that had to take effort to praise me. like it was going to be something that they have to constantly remember to do because it was contrary to their nature. I'd rather be with a Sag, a Leo, an Aquarius, or a Gemini that just do it all the time because that's how much I need it. Because my love language is words of affirmation, right? Just like my mom's love language is gifts. So I can praise her until she's blue in the face, but she ain't feeling shit until I put something in her hand. That's why, they say that earth should stay with water and earth, and that air should stay with fire and other air, you know. Yeah, so the Virgo rising was I hated him. I hated him. That's how much I hated criticism. I hated that man, and didn't go to his mother's funeral. I just because I didn't want nothing to do with him. So, what don't you see coming? All right. Now, this could have already happened, and this could be for the cross watcher, but I feel like your sixth sense is going to tell you that something could be off. Like maybe, and this is not for everybody, but those of you, you might sense maybe your lover might be talking to more than one person than you. And I don't feel like you see this coming. I'm not saying you're going to leave or anything, because like one of my Virgo clients, sometimes her husband doesn't come home. She says she just don't say shit to him, because if she says shit to him, it's going to make it seem like she gives a fuck. So she don't say a damn thing, right? But he doesn't do it often. The Aries doesn't, but when he does do it, she just turns her head, child. But I feel like something, I don't know, something might be amiss, and your intuition might be telling you that there's some type of deception that's going on behind your back. It's going to come to the forefront because, the wolves and the dogs, they howl when there's a full moon, because when there's a full moon, there's more animals that can be seen by the illumination that the sun gives the moon in order to shine, right? And so the wolves and the dogs, they howl as a way of letting these predators know that there are large groups of us. So if you see us and you try to come for us, I'm coming for you. We're coming for you. And it's also a way of alerting each other that there is danger out tonight because more of the night can be seen. So something is going to come into illumination that you were not expecting, but maybe were sensing, right? And yeah, so, but I feel like whatever this is unpleasant, but or this could have already happened. Like the Aries found out that the Virgo had a live-in lover. It became illuminated to her, and it just completely took her by surprise, right? Now, for others of you, you may be hiding the fact, or your partner could be hiding the fact that they strongly love you. I mean, like almost in a lunatic kind of way. So this might be the damn ass patient. Can we have one reading? Just one reading when his crazy motherfucking ass or her crazy ass doesn't show up in the reading. Just one. Because we've been seeing this lunatic since 2018. How many of you are still dealing with the patient? I thought we got rid of the patient a long time ago, Chad. So this person can love you so deeply, or you can love someone so deeply that you have to keep it hidden. Like you don't even want them to know how much you love them. Because either you or they have a very deep insecurity inside. And the deep insecurity inside is that you're going to be taken away from them, or they're going to be taken away from you. But I do feel like something may really trigger some type of insecurity in your partner who loves you so strongly that it could be a borderline crazy, especially if they have a military background and they're used to killing folks. For whatever reason, you're killing people. You might be trained to do it, and there might be right reasons that you're doing it, but you kill folks. So this might be somebody who might hurt themselves if you really left, or they may do some cruel things like take your kids, uh, fight for custody, something like that. So, yeah, somebody's weakness might come to the surface, and it can be so overwhelming that somebody might literally feel like they would die without their partner. So I feel like there's some emotions that need to be healed, either on your side or on your partner side. Okay, did that scare you? And again, that's not for everybody. Okay. The final card, for some of you that this resonated with, is the Judgment card. So this could have already happened, or it's happening, or it will happen. And it looks like you are going to evaluate this connection with this fire sign or anybody, this person that you were going to marry, or this sister. It's an important relationship to you, or it was. Okay. Or they have done this, they have evaluated. Uh, and there's something that's really unbearable in this connection, but they have a deep love for you too. So I feel like this person or you is going to be questioning or weighing the pros and the cons of his relationship with you, or your relationship with her or him or them or that. And at the end, uh, he or she will most likely pick the cons to reflect on more, because see, there's some type of behavior that's unbearable. Like they just that I cannot go for that. Daryl Hall and John Oakes had a song that said, I can't go for that. No, no, no can do. I can't go for that. Now I can go for that, and that, but not that. That right there, I can't go for that. And so somebody is at the point where I can't go for that is happening. And I feel like they may be paying a little bit too much attention to it. They're looking at what's wrong. But it says that the problem is, you need to first give your partner a chance to make it right. Right? It's like, because see, if you leave without giving this person a chance to make it right, then you're just going to carry that behavior into the next relationship, where you once again not communicating. And then when things get ugly, instead of negotiating a relationship like adults, you leave like a child, you know? And that's what I did. And those type of relationships, or people that have those type of coping skills, they don't stay married for too long, because they don't have good conflict resolution skills. Oh, he's married to someone else. Oh, the Sagittarius is married to someone else. Oh, wow. Jesus, that sounds violent. Child. So, yeah, the judgment card is saying that you might be being a little too harsh on your partner, or cross watcher, these things that you find unbearable. Have you talked to Virgo about it yet? Because Virgos can actually take constructive criticism if it's said with respect. Even though they give it a lot, they can also receive it. And you will more than likely see an immediate change, effective immediately, if you communicate how you're feeling and the repercussions of it, if they care about you. Is that right, Virgos? Is that right? So, with this judgment card here, they're saying to please give your lover a chance to speak up, and or to step up, or you know what I mean? Like maybe your lover, like the Virgo rising, was just criticizing me so much. I feel like I would do what I could do to make it change, and nothing changed. So I begin to feel like a failure. But I didn't tell the Virgo rising that I'm getting ready to leave if you don't stop. I don't, and so that's what the Virgo rising said. He said, you didn't tell me you were willing to like break off the connection because of it. Well, yeah, I, yeah, I never went back, never became friends. I just cannot stand criticism. I don't like it at all. Now, if it's like positive, positive, this is where you can grow, positive, positive, this is something else that needs some help, then that's another thing. But just, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong. And I was like, I finally told the Virgo rising, I think that your price is too high and you're not worth it to me. All these things that you're criticizing about, I don't feel like you're worth it to change. You know what I mean? So you can just get the fuck out. And I don't give a fuck about who you ever end up with, because I know the kind of motherfucker that they're gonna have to deal with behind closed doors, with your bitch ass complaining about everything like some bitch ass, trick ass hoe. Little girl. All right. Anyway. Okay. Let's puff puff. All right. Time to puff puff. But anyway, they're saying to give your lover a chance, and you may not even know that you don't give people a chance. I have done readings for people and they didn't even know. We both didn't know. I was like, well, did you tell him? She said, well, no, he should just know. Well, child, especially now, the only exception to this rule is if you're dating a Cancer or Pisces, because they're going to pick up. You ain't going to tell them shit. They're going to know. You're going to think they got some damn tarot cards in the room. They're going to already know. Scorpios too, sometimes. But otherwise, for the rest of the 10 signs, you got to let us know what the fuck, because we don't know. Shit. Well, you should know. Well, I mean, I'm not you and you're not me. You were born in Brooklyn. I was born in San Francisco. We two different people. I don't know what the fuck. You got to tell me what the fuck. And you know what else, Virgos? I had read this. I went to marriage.com and they had the top 5 characteristics of a they have the top characteristics of people who end up married or who stay married. And guess what the number one characteristic was? They both told each other what the fuck was up. I ain't feeling you because you don't clean up after yourself. You think I'm a maid, and I'm so frustrated and I feel so unheard and unappreciated. I'm about this close to getting online and seeing if I can get me a side thing. That's where the fuck I am. Well, you know where the fuck I am? Our sex is so horrible. I have to use dildos and butterflies in order to get off because your ass is too fucking rough. And I told your bitch ass that. Oh, oh, okay. Oh, all right. You really want me to clean up, huh? Well, shit, let me go get some Pine Sol and clean this bitch up if you feel like that, you know? See, my thing is whenever somebody doesn't tell me what's going on, I feel like they don't really love me because I feel like if you really loved me, you would give me a chance. You would tell me, baby, I can't, I can't take this. You would let me know. See, if you're not letting me know, then you're just letting me dig a grave and just die and lose you, right? And that's fucked up. That's fucked up too, you know? Ain't nobody knowing. Can't nobody read your mind, right? Okay, now what did somebody say? Ms. Dow Sauer, 1979. What sign are you dealing with? Because I don't think the earth signs mind the put downs and the complaining too much. And the water signs don't seem to mind it either. The Cancers, the Pisces, like I never hear them complain about that from Virgos. They don't mind too much. So are you dealing Ms. Dow Soul F? Oh, a Sagittarius don't like that. The Sagittarius don't like that. Y'all won't be together for long. So if you feel like you need to do what you need to do to express yourself, then you have the right to do that if that feels right to you. But one day you're going to get to a point in your life when you want to have a relationship, and a relationship, 50% of a relationship is compromise, right? And so it's not about what you want and you snapping your fingers. That means that you're not ready to be a wife, and it means that you're not quite ready for a relationship. But when you are, those kind of things that bother your man who you're in love with are going to really matter to you. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to want to yeah. But yeah, so it miss. Yeah, exactly. I know you ain't together. You ain't gonna be with no fire and air sign and be complaining and talking about what's wrong and what they need to do to come up and what's missing. And you're not gonna be with one, not for long. They're not gonna fuck with you for long. But the water and the other Capricorn don't seem to mind that. Capricorns. Um, Now people say that, okay. So she says, I feel like if a what Portia's heart, she says an Aquarius. Nah, no, not the Aquariuses I know. Yeah, it depends. You could be with an Aquarius who just never learned communication skills. Because to be quite honest, I just learned them 3 years ago. Yeah, they say that about Sagittariuses, but I have never met a Sag that I kicked it with who didn't want me to settle down with them. For some reason, they love me. I love Leos, and Sag loves me, and I don't know. Anyway, so the final card is It looks like somebody is really going to be looking at the pros and the cons of this relationship, and anything is possible if you're willing to be open to constructive criticism, along with, positive. I like this in our relationship, I like that in our relationship, but this right here is really bothering me, you know or whatever. Because right now somebody is very detached, emotionally detached, like they're in this relationship, but they're really not tripping. I feel like for some of you, though some of you in relationships, you love your person deeply, but you've really disconnected. But it's like the obstacle here, like, is the Four of Pentacles. Some of you stay because it's comfortable. Some of you are like in a relationship and the person is not there. They could be in jail, or they've done some things that are unbearable, whatever, and you could have like distanced yourself, or the other way around. But you're like, well, damn, if you've distanced yourself emotionally, and if you're not emotionally in this relationship anymore, why are you still here? And they're still here because it's comfortable to be with you. you know in some cases, whoever this is resonating with, right? It's just easier. There's some situations where um you guys share food, you guys know the same people, you just talk to them for a while. It's not so unbearable, and there's ways that you guys really do get along, and they're comfortable, they know your business, they know your baby, they know your pappy. uh you know it's just you don't want to go or do much about leaving the relationship because it's comfortable. But the other ways of looking at the Four of Coins as being your obstacle is you could be with a partner who's a little possessive over you. And like they want most of your time, most of your energy, like they just want you, want you, want you. And it's like enough already. This person could like value you so much that he doesn't want you to be out of his sight. Also, it could say that one of the people in this relationship values the relationship as one of the top priorities in their life. Now, as far as an obstacle is concerned for others of you, an obstacle could mean with the Four of Coins that a complete commitment has not taken place. Okay. Yeah, anyway, for others of you, a complete commitment has not taken place in the relationship. And so, some people are just not in the mood to give affection to their partners because it's like, listen, okay, we've been here, done this for 5 years, and we're still not committed. All right. I've been by your side for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and we're still not married. Or, you still have that other woman. Or actually, I don't really see other women very strongly in this card reading, but I'm not saying they're not there, but they're not really coming in as a threat, you know. So, but yeah, maybe you're not getting the commitment that you want and you're just not feeling this person anymore, right? You could have someone who just thinks too highly of themselves, and they feel this could be you. They have a feeling that their partners just don't deserve special attention, you know? Right? Or it could be how your love interest feels. Yeah, so I don't know. Somebody might feel like they're too good for somebody else, or they've outgrown someone else. Now, ironically, outside all those definitions, this could also represent a relationship that, it just kind of is smooth sailing. Like there really aren't a lot of problems. In fact, you guys get along quite well, and there's a strong bond between the lovers. There's love, security, understanding, a healthy flow of communication, you know. But the you may not be in love with this person anymore because you're holding on to past issues that are long gone, but you've never quite maybe resolved with the moon here. This may not be talking about another woman at all. This could be talking about maybe some shit that went down 15, 20 years ago, 5 years, 2 years ago between you and your person. And it just rubbed you the wrong way. Like it was unbearable. And I don't know if that you even know. See, the moon could also represent that your partner isn't telling you things that are really bothering them. Okay. You know, so that could be another issue here, that your partner isn't saying, these are the things that are bothering me. Or but so other what I'm saying is that you could have a situation where, I've seen marriages like this. I've seen them last too. And what basically it is one person is like madly in love. Usually it's the man. He's madly in love with some chick who could really take or leave him. Like she could just be fond of him. And she stays because the relationship is easy. All right. They get along, they're fond of each other. And they're it's like roommates, but they both go to work, they pay the bills, there's no drama. They go to each other family's function, both know how to act very well around the family. The family adores and appreciates, and it's very polite. And they eat dinner and they don't argue, and it's just easy. I know a lot of couples like that. And that could be the obstacle here. It's like it's hard to leave this because we're polite, and it works. You got good social skills. I have good social skills. You work, I work. I can pay my bills, you pay the bills. We're polite to each other, we get along, we know how to stay out of each other's way. And it kind of works for us. No, it's not passionate, and no, it's not full of all that stuff you see on TV, but it's been 10 years now without incident, you know? So that could be a situation. But whatever the case is, judgment as your answer, whether this is for the cross watcher or for the Virgo. My final thoughts on this reading is it seems like you have somebody who really loves you. You can't get higher than the Queen of Wands as far as desire. And it seems like something went down that has caused you to disconnect from the relationship, or has caused them to. And you might not want to leave because it's comfortable, or you want to leave because they're not committing to you. um, I feel like this person loves you more than you know, and they might be keeping that a secret. And if they would reveal it, then it may make you start thinking more positively about the relationship than negatively. So if you're watching and you're a cross watcher and you love a Virgo and you haven't praised them, Virgos, do you guys need praise? I don't know what earth signs need. I know fire and air need praise. You guys don't need praise, or do you? I don't know. I don't have a clue. Virgos, do you guys need praise? Um, so back to this judgment card. I feel like if you are seeing the Virgo and you care, oh yeah, acts of service. I thought that acts of service might be it. Yeah. If you are going out with the Virgo, you might want to let them know that you love them. And Virgo, if there is somebody who you've been like, I don't know, halfway with, I don't know, you might be looking at the negative a little bit more than you're looking at the positive. And also, you might want to communicate before you walk away, like what's wrong, give them a chance. Because I feel like this is somebody pretty significant for some of you. Okay. The advice is, um, you said you want truth and appreciation. Um, you and your partner need to have some fun. Those of you who are in relationships. Okay. Um, you might be thinking that maybe the grass is greener on the other side. So some of you might be like moving away from your current lover. And in some cases, you're being encouraged to do that. But before you go and look at the other grass, make sure your grass is watered first. And ask yourself, why do I really want to leave? And is this, should I give them a chance first? What do I believe? And am I holding things in that I need to say? Because you're taking you with you to the new relationship, right? Um, so notice that this knight right here is not on the move. Most of the knights in the tarot cards are on the move. Okay, well, if that's the case, then we've already finished your reading, which means that, yeah, you're looking at the pros and the cons. You have calculated that there are more cons than pros. And if you feel like you have executed this evaluation effectively, then you get the world. This time has come to an end with this person. And that's okay. And that hurts. And there'll be someone else. Just make sure that you learn from it. Because I noticed that you are saying him, him, him. He did this, he did that. But you chose a cheater. You chose that man. And he showed you either intuitively or visually that he was a cheater a long time ago. Right? I don't know. But you said, he's taking advantage of your kindness, but I trust that you know what's best for you. But anyway, in other cases, for those of you who are in these serious relationships, notice that the Knight of Pentacles is not is not in movement. So some of you are trying to leave relationships that the cards are saying that that's not the answer. And that there's somebody who is very, in some cases it is, but not in all 10,000 cases, right? Somebody has unwavering devotion to you, or your Virgo has unwavering devotion towards you, right? So now somebody might be trying to be your best friend, and they're thinking that, well, maybe if I don't make any moves, she would feel more comfortable around me, right? Also, there might be someone who you like and they're not really acting on it, and it's because they like you and they don't want to scare you off. They're trying to tread very lightly with you. Sometimes that's what this means. Sometimes this could represent the fact that there's somebody who has a crush on you, but they're not saying anything about it, like they're not making any moves. Right? Otherwise, the Knight of Pentacles is saying that those of you who are thinking about leaving, for some of you, it's the right thing to do. But for others of you, you're just going to run into the same issues with someone else, because it's really not about it's about communication and having conflict resolution skills. It's not really about getting out of the relationship. You know, like if someone is taking your kindness, they're taking advantage of your kindness, then I mean, you need to take a look at yourself. Should you have stronger boundaries and not give away too much of yourself without really seeing if someone deserves it, right? Like that, you got to look at yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be blaming everybody and never learn for yourself. I was in a recovery community, and it used to make me so mad. But whenever you would like call somebody on the phone to talk about what's going on, uh, as far as the program was concerned, you could never talk about the other person. I used to hate that because I was like, no, but you don't know what she did. You don't know what he did. He said, no, I can't do anything about what he or she did. I can only help you on your part. So that's why I'm just asking about what's happening with you. You know, why are you being kind to people without knowing their character well, and see where can, I grow with this? Stronger boundaries. Right. Exactly. Or anything, anything. Just as long as you just keep the focus on yourself, because that's who you can change. You can't change somebody else. So I kind of feel like they're saying, Virgo, get off the horse. Let's just chill here for a minute, and some of you, but and let's look at this objectively. Let's look at your part. Let's look at the other part here, before you run off, unless there's just so much danger here. Another obstacle here could be that there's not enough money. All right, I know a Scorpio who is very much in love with a Virgo, who no, I know a Virgo in love with a Scorpio who just doesn't understand that his lack of ambition is such a turn off, that she is really not as in love with him as he is with her. Like he just won't get a fucking job. He goes after this creative stuff, like the sun. He goes after this, and the Virgo is really trying to be supportive, right? And I mean, she really tries. You don't understand when I say that this chick is trying to be supportive. Like, she has his back with his photography, but photography is not consistent, and it doesn't put food on the table, right? And she just got her kids taken away from her. If she wants to go back to court to prove that she and the Scorpio can provide a living for her children, he needs to get a stable job if he wants to be with her, right? But for some reason, the Virgo just won't say nothing. Why? She said that, she was so abused in her previous relationship that I don't know what she said after that, but she said she was just so abused in her previous relationship that it's hard for her to say something. She said, Sunshine, will you please tell him? And I didn't feel like that was my place. So Ms. NWN Soul 1979, was I right when I felt like Virgo rising was constantly telling me what was wrong because he was secretly trying to sabotage the relationship? Was I right with that? Because I don't know why he was stunned that I left. I thought he knew that he was sabotaging the relationship. I don't understand what he was so stunned about. So you knew you were sabotaging the relationship, right? Uh, Ms. Don Soul 1979. You knew you were sabotaging the relationship, right? So uh so I was right when I said that. So anyway, the other recommendation for the cards is the sun. They're really saying that you and your person just need to have more fun, right? Your lover has a very strong love in his heart for you, or you have, especially if you're dealing with the Leo, because remember, we saw this fire sign earlier. Your lover has a very strong love in his heart for you, right? Or you may have Leo very strong in your chart. So the sun shows the fading away of misunderstandings, and it also focuses on, or it concentrates on the fact that you might want to look at relationship issues, like, do you have an issue with intimacy? I know I did this reading for this chick and she kept on saying, where is my husband coming? But as we did a reading, we saw that she really didn't feel like she deserved love. And it looked like from the cards that she had shame about herself on a real deep level. And she felt like she wasn't good enough to experience someone who genuinely loved her. And so she sat in that reading and she just cried. And it was good because what those tears were doing was it was shedding those lies away from her life. So what she would do is she would subconsciously attract people who she didn't really love. They loved her, but she didn't love because she didn't feel like she deserved that. Um, so, like the cards are saying, maybe it's time to look at your relationship issues aside from who this person is, whether I'm talking to the Virgo or the cross watcher. The Virgo may have done a whole bunch of fucked up shit, but you can't change the Virgo. Or Virgo, your person may have done a lot of things, but you can't change him or her. So maybe it's time to look at, you know, relationships, uh, and be honest with yourself. So I did a reading for this chick, and she really wanted to have a polyamorous relationship. And that is what made her happy. And she was tired of hurting people and tired of choosing like what's unbearable. See, like for her, if this was the cross watcher, what was unbearable to them is the fact that she would have others and they would find out about it. And then they would just die in the relationship and feel like, well, fuck you. And I don't want nothing to ever do with you again, right? Well, we found out by doing a reading that this is who she is. And she's seen polyamory around her family since she was 4. She said all her aunts had side pieces, and her mother would take her over her boyfriend's house when she was 3 or 4 years old. And she remember like being at her softball games, and sometimes instead of the father at the softball game, it would be her mother's boyfriend there with her. And so she said she grew up with polyamory. So what she decided to do was she read this book called The Ethical Slut. Yes, The Ethical Slut. And so now she's just real brazen about the fact that she wants polyamory, and she goes on the websites instead of going to Match and to Cupid, where these people are wanting monogamous relationship. She's going to sites where other people want polyamorous relationship, and she's happier like that. And it's like, do what is going to make you happy so that you don't criticize someone. Or so another example is there was this woman who was really happy. She was a preacher's daughter, and what really made her happy was a stud, a woman who looked like a man. But she was so embarrassed by that, she was so humiliated and embarrassed by that she would never choose the thing that was really going to make her happy. So she just made a whole bunch of other people miserable because she wouldn't take responsibility for her own desires. So she just led everybody else on, Right. No poly for you. Exactly. But if it is poly for you, then it is. Right. So she had to get in touch with her true desires. Right. So I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like some of you really care. Yeah. And this is what the Hermit is saying. This is your final card. And this is saying, this is what you need to do. You need to go within and do some soul searching. Right. Some of you just want to live a single life. So there isn't anything that anybody is doing wrong. I had looked at this YouTube video about like 5 reasons why he left, 5 reasons why you were ghosted or something like that. And there were the typical reasons. Oh, he has somebody. Oh, he didn't think he was going anywhere. But one of the reasons was that this person is just a loner, and they do relationships for a year or two, but for the most part, they're loners, and they're not going to ever be happy with anybody because, Paul in the Bible was like that. Was it Paul? He was somebody. There was one of the biblical matriarchs that didn't have a wife, and he was like the only one. I think it was Paul. I forgot what they called him, a eunuch or something like that, So you might have came across a Virgo who really is a hermit. And no matter what you could have done or said or did, or no matter how good you look, this person is just they're just a loner. And this could be vice versa, Virgo. You came across someone who was a loner, and you tried to give them the beauty of companionship, but either they don't feel like they deserve it, or they're just not wired like that. And yeah. All right, so that is your reading. I felt like that was very thorough. So what did you guys learn from your reading? How many people were here from the beginning? What did you learn? Cross watcher, what did you learn? Don't give up on your Virgo. If your Virgo is critical, talk to your Virgo about it. She says she learned she needs to water her own grass. Yeah, you can get a reading for that, Matthew. Okay, so the letters are UA, all right? Another one is U. Don't know what that stands for. UAU, all right? Let's look at the charms real quick for some of you. Is that what you got? Believe what you see and hear. Thank you, Waffle. That's the first time I've seen your name. Oh, you work at the UA. Okay. So, some of you need to get back in touch with your religion and like through prayer, maybe just reading a spiritual book. Some of you are Christians. I literally feel the energy of a Holy Spirit right now. Okay. And I feel like Christ is your Lord because I feel a sweet spirit. And I always know when I feel Christ's spirit because it's so sweet. um, I feel like Jesus wants those of you who are his followers to know that he wants you to come back, and there's supposed to be some book you're supposed to be reading. And be you is like Jesus is like looking at the charm that says be you, be you. Okay. I feel like a lot of you are going with for the next several years, you're just going to really be getting grounded. This could mean in marriage, in family, in purchasing of homes. I see a Leo leaving. Oh, you can't see? All right. I see a Leo. This is a lion right here. I see a Leo leaving your life, right? So Christ is pointing to be you. So I feel like somebody had a question like, what should I do next? What direction should my life go in? And I feel like be you is your answer. Like really look deep. Who am I and what is really important to me? And that answer that you get, that's what you should move forward with because time is running out. Okay. Time is running out. All right. So time just dropped out of my fingers. So there's something that you are behind schedule with. You maybe was supposed to create some makeup, sell makeup a long time ago, maybe write a book, but I feel like you are behind schedule with something. All right. Um, I feel like I feel like I feel like you and a Gemini have some unfinished business. I feel like you and a Gemini have some unfinished business here. Another thing too, oh, you read your Bible today? Okay. Another thing is you're being told to be grateful. Somebody who is on the line, and you're on the line right now, you really belong to Jesus because I know that spirit very well, and it doesn't come in too often. And it just wanted to tell you to be you. So I don't know who that message is for. Be you, it said. So if you are a singer, be a singer. Just find out how to make it happen and anchor yourself with it. You might need a full-time job and do it on the weekends, but I'm looking. Somebody is very talented. Somebody is very talented. Oh, good, Matthew. I'm happy. You are welcome. All right. What do you guys want to know about your partner in the extended? What are the burning questions that you want to know? Wow, really? Evolve? Really? Really? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, be you. That's the question. That's the word. You need a word? Be you. Be you. I was looking at Aretha Franklin's documentary? Does he regret it? Okay. All right. So the questions you guys want to know. Does he regret what? What do you want to know? I was looking at Aretha Franklin's documentary about being a singer, right? And she couldn't find her sound for 9 years or for 9 albums that she was signed with Columbia Records. And she started working with Atlantic Records, and Jerry Wexler, his calling here on earth was to help musicians find their sound. So what he told her was, Aretha, be you. Because they had her singing jazz, and they had her singing, all these, I fell in love with you. Yeah, these jazz tunes. Then when Jerry told her to be herself, she started playing the piano like she plays in church. And then she put some soul and rhythm and blues in it. And they cut their first song. She started being herself because she's a star. All she got to do is be who she is. So that is what the Christ energy had to say to somebody today. Does he regret? All right. This is for the extended reading. All right. All right, Virgos, pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. And the dominant number that is chosen is the number that I'm going to read. And I'm going to ask, how does your person feel about you? So she said, okay, who won? 2? Looks like 2 won. All right, top or bottom? Looks like 2 won. Top or bottom? Okay. Does he regret walking away or leaving the Virgo? Okay. Does the Virgo regret walking away or leaving the cross watcher? What else do you guys want to know? You are welcome, Mystic Heritage Tarot. How does he feel or she feel about the Virgo? How does the Virgo feel about this person? What else do you want to know? Or what else should I ask for the extended that you think other people want to know? Is there someone else? Okay. All right, let's pick that one up and ask that one instead. Okay. Will he or she come back to the Virgo? Will you guys get back together again, huh? Will there be a reconciliation here? Is he a gold digger? Cheryl, child, what the hell you talking about, child? I don't want nobody. Anybody have another question? Will we get married? Will we get committed? What's another question, Virgos? Y'all good with helping people now. Help me, Chad. What else do people want to know, Chad? I don't want nobody. So she started putting her rhythm and blues into it. And I mean, it took her a long time to get a hit, you guys. Y'all think that Aretha just came out and it was just like, bam, she had a hit. But she didn't have a hit for years and years and years. I've been looking at love and hip hop. Has he caught something? Cheryl, child. Okay, has he caught something? What the hell? Okay, and so Will we be together soon? Will you be? And so, in case you guys want to know how do I remember, I play this part back while I'm actually filming, so I get all the questions right. Should we give? Okay. Should you give your person another chance or move on? All right. What's his finances looking like? All right. Oh my God. What is his finances looking like? All right. That's it. Somebody said that's a good one. All right. Virgos, I thoroughly enjoyed you today. And yeah, so I felt like the message was oh, I answered, will you get married, classy? So basically, those of you who are just now joining, we have completed the reading. This is the extended reading. And some of you already know that there is an extension. You can just jump to the extension. And otherwise, if you're new and you don't know, there is a link in the description box and at the top of the comments section. And it'll say click below for the Virgo extended reading. There will be two links. One will take you to Vimeo, and the other will take you to my website, where for a nominal fee, you could see the rest of the extended video in which we answer all those questions. So basically, I feel, Virgo, that cross watcher, you may need to communicate some things in a loving way before you think that the grass is greener on the other side. Because some of you are thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, and you don't have no hose or sprinkler to try and water the other grass, right? You need to get your own hose, you need to get a sprinkler, and you got a place where the water is coming out of. And then you water your grass and see if it's green. Now, if you've watered your grass, like you've communicated and you've been patient and you told your person what's going on, and then maybe it's time to be looking at some more property, child. But it seems like if you don't take no hose or bucket or sprinkler with you, these same issues that you have now, you're going to have again. It's about looking within. In fact, the cards, the advice was don't move unless it's a real bad situation, like somebody said earlier. And even if it was, stop looking at them and look at yourself, right? Why did I choose someone like that? Do I not feel like I'm good enough for what I deserve? And you might have to like walk through feelings of toxic shame. Toxic shame is an overwhelming feeling of worthlessness. And you can walk through worthlessness by just taking a pen and a piece of paper and arguing with the worthlessness. I don't deserve someone good. Says who? Especially if you believe in Christ. Do you believe what he did on the cross? Well, you deserve someone who's good. He already paid the price for you to be deserving, right? You use your Christian beliefs if that's what you believe. Or just you got to talk back to the devil. When the devil talked to Jesus, Jesus talked back. If something says you don't deserve it, he said, who the hell? Yes, I do. You a liar, devil, and you are the father of lies. I was born worthy and deserving of anything I can give my attention to. And so now let me create in my consciousness the type of relationship that I want. And then shame will come up. And you got to walk through the shame, maybe through prayer, maybe, I don't know. You got to walk through it though. All right. Oh, I'm glad. No, it's a green screen, and what I'm supposed to do is have the camera focused to where I'm just doing the green screen, and then I can insert any background that I want. And I was going to do a background of Atlanta, but I need to put the green screen closer to me, and I haven't been recording on my other station because I've been writing. And so I need to get back to it though. I've been writing a book and it's been taking my attention. Well, thank you, Kim Johnson. Appreciate that. All right, you guys. So if you want to see the extended reading, The link is in the description box at the top of the comment section. Share my videos. Tell your friends and families about me. Those of you who already tell your friends and family about me, I'm always so touched during the FaceTime videos. Y'all be acting so silly. You act so silly when you see me on FaceTime. Y'all so silly, child. You're like, girl, my sister told me about you, child. And I'm like, well, call your sister. Let's see. Put her ass on the FaceTime too, then. Shit. All right, you guys. Love you. And if you want a reading, oh, my phone's not in here. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. So, you guys, if you want a reading, you can text me at I love you. Y'all, I got to go back to the damn dentist. I hate going to the fucking dentist. I would rather have screws drilled in my toes than to have someone drilling in my motherfucking mouth. I just find that so hard to bear. You know, is any dental assistants in here? Because, child, I tell you, I mean, it is just unbearable. Congratulations to what? Oh, no, child. Child, that book is just something to get my mind off things. It's not serious. I change the plot every day. You do? Yeah. What's a DA? Oh, a dental assistant. Child. Man, I tell you this, I let the dentist, the first time I had gotten put under, an anesthesiologist put me under. So that's my number to text me if you want a FaceTime reading today. An anesthesiologist put me under, right? The second time, a dentist put me under, and whatever he did, it fucked me up. I was fucked up for 2 weeks when the dentist put me under, but when the anesthesiologist put me under, I had no problem at all. I gotta get my teeth clean. What's the name of that dentist? Inspiring Small. I don't want to go here. It's just that it's so hard to send my paperwork other places. You know, other places want me to send my paperwork. I just don't feel like it, you know? So, all right. All right, you guys, I'm going to make a dental appointment. Love you. Get the extended. See you in a minute.
Hello,
God
good
bless.
afternoon. Thank you for calling Inspiring Smiles. This is Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
I'm